to understand at this particular time is the love that we need to be dealing with is hate. The book of law said love under will. It just depends on what you're talking about. What is your true will? If your true will is from an outer region, then you need to be hating. And we're not talking about the type of hate that you do in the physical. We're talking about an energy that the more and more fed up you get, the more and more you are forcing the melanin inside of you to comply with what the fuck you need. So the more and more fed up you get, you see what I'm saying? And you stress this sometime yourself, verbally. You need some shit done and you won't comply with it until you get fed up with it. And then you get some shit done and the motherfucker don't fuck with you no more. Or a person might say, okay, yeah, this motherfucker mean business. Well, it's the same thing what we're talking about with the reverse part of the actual melanin cells, where we get so fed up with the world around us that we don't depend on the deity outside of us, but we put demands on the spirit inside of us to raise the fuck up. So the hate that we're talking about, because I want to piggyback off of last night's lecture so we can make this correspond the right way, is talking about sending a strong message to the inner self. But you send that strong message to the inner self, what we're talking about here, through getting upset in the particular part of being tired of this shit. And looking at the world with a firm part of hatred, because you know it is dialectically opposite from you and your people. So the Bible talks about hate the world. It talks about that in the Bible. Hate the world, you see what I'm saying? And so so that is the true love. Because you love a higher form of living that you are in, you must hate your surroundings. So the white boy and all his psychological things is telling you that the hate kills. No, the hate kills his ass. Hatred kills. No, hate kill your ass. But not us. And if we die in the process, that's what we're supposed to be doing in the first place. But we're talking about getting a certain job done. So now, in physically, what I'm talking about here with the hate, we're talking about a physical or an alchemical force. They talk about using the force. Well, the force, the word force means force. But it's not talking about love. You see, that was love that we talk about in the physical context, was to nurture the physical. You see what I'm saying? This love was to nurture the physical. We don't have a physical now to nurture. White man own all our shit. You see what I'm saying? But even Bob Marley said his last album, before he died, Uprising, and one of the last songs on the album, he said, only solution is total destruction. And that was a spiritual message for great Bob Marley. The only solution, physical destruction, a total destruction. Total destruction. So this is what we're talking about at this particular time. I want to recap on this particular part, because what we're talking about here is nothing physical. Alchemy lines up through spiritual thought, which is melanin. The melanin only lines up as a cosmic computer only on what you program it. So the book Magician, when they was talking about the subconscious, in this case they talk about melanin. It only lines up on what you program it. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore we're talking about a thought. At this particular time, we're talking about programming this particular energy to a destructive energy. You say, well, why are you saying this? Because I just quoted when we first started out in the lecture that the ones who are going to be the ones that is supposed to turn the world about is the ones that the spirits were advanced enough to get into some alternative form of knowledge and thinking. And we are those particular ones. So if you're going to come back with a force of destruction to transmutate the world and destroy the world, that ain't coming back with no motherfucking damn tambourines and shit.